So, will I be the arsehole if I copied a small business's t-shirt design?
Fuck you. Yes, you would. End of discussion. Don't even need to hear it. Yeah, move on. So thanks so much for listening to this episode. No, sorry, carry on. It might be a grey area instead of black and white.
Like the last one was. The last one was a grey area.
Yeah, it was.
Hello. This
Hi.
is my first time on this sub, so I'm sorry if there are any mistakes, but please let me know and I'll correct them. So, I do some art things like paint. I do some art things. I find that really funny. I do some art things like painting, origami, embroidery as a hobby. A few days ago, I was looking for some inspo for embroidery, and I came across a t-shirt design that I absolutely loved, so I decided to do it on one of my t-shirts. I then DM'd the owner of that account asking if it was okay if I copied that design. Then in brackets, I usually ask whenever I try to recreate someone's work and they haven't had a problem with it before. And I also made it super clear that it was just a hobby and I'm not another business trying to steal their designs. Later realised that it was a business account. No, I later realised that it was a business account when I first saw it and I thought it was like another art/embroidery page. Assuming they wouldn't have a problem with it, I already started my work and now they replied saying they've worked hard on their designs and would appreciate it if I didn't copy them. I know I shouldn't have started it without confirming first, but I was really excited about it and thought it wouldn't be any harm to anyone as I'm doing it on one t-shirt which belongs to me that I'm not selling to anyone. I had thought of posting it when I'm done on my Instagram story giving them credit for the design by tagging them. So will I be the arsehole if I continued this work? And what if I just kept it to myself, not to post it anywhere?
So what did the artist come back and say? Do we know this?
So it says...
Or did I just miss that? Did that just go right over my head?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, they said no, didn't they? Because they worked hard on the design.
So they said, assuming they wouldn't have a problem with it, I already started my work. And now they've just replied saying they've worked really hard on their designs and would appreciate it if I didn't copy them.
First thoughts, can I just say?
Yeah.
Why are you writing in Am I the Arsehole thread asking if you should do it or not when the artist has said no? So why are you asking the artist if you're going to go ahead and do it anyway? You are an arsehole. You're a massive arsehole. Don't do it. And if you really like the t-shirt design, buy it from the small business instead of doing it yourself. I'm not a fan of that. I think that's so rude. I think you've got your answer. So why are you writing? Look at that. It's a massive essay. It's a joke. Fuming.
Okay. I disagree with you.
Oh my God, I love that you disagree with me. Let's have a debate.
So, I honestly think if you're not selling it to anybody and if you're doing it as something that you want to do for yourself, it's like I don't have an issue with someone tracing my art if they want to learn how to do art. Because they're doing it for themselves, and that's essentially what they're doing. It's essentially the same. It's the practicing the embroidery. Because we know generating ideas for a design is 50% of the work, let's say.
Yeah.
Getting the idea and putting it into fruition is one of the hardest parts. It is for me. So if I wanted to learn how to do something, or if I wanted to expand on my knowledge, I don't want to have to create a design myself. I want to practice the skill. So I'm taking something that somebody else's and I'm doing it for personal use. I'm going to do it on one t-shirt for me. I'm practicing. I don't have an issue with that as long as they don't post it anywhere. Claiming it as their own.
Well, that's fine. So if that was me and I was practicing and I messaged you and you said, yeah, of course, that's fine. But this artist has said no and they've still done it. And they're like, am I not? Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That's it. I think I'm speaking on behalf of
your boundaries.
My boundaries, yeah. And I think it's a tough one. Like with things like, I don't know. I understand where you're coming from. Like with things like t-shirts and stuff like that. If she were to then wear that t-shirt out.
Well, she's not just gonna frame it.
Yeah,
in her
wear
house.
that t-shirt out, and if someone compliments her on it, she's not gonna go, oh, I made it, but it was actually this count's design. She's probably like, oh, I made it. So I get that, and that's why, like, I don't think this is as
It is a bit of a grey area,
Grey
but
area.
also
I
it is
don't
black
think-
and white for me.
I understand the grey area, but it's not.
Yeah, it's black
No,
and white to me. You're
like,
an
I get
arsehole.
that.
Get out my face. If they're just going to do it anyway, why ask?
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, I think asking, I think you have hit the nail on the head there. Like, if some, like, because they have asked and they have said no, which I think you should ask, respect that. But for me, if someone says, I really, really want to practice designs, I really want to practice this, can I trace your artwork or can I copy your design? I'd be like, that's fine if you're doing it to learn. Mm-hmm. But don't post it anywhere.
Can I tell you, I've got a story time and it involves two people.
Okay.
So I need to be careful what I say here because I don't want to expose anybody. Love them,
Disclaimer.
whatever. Everyone's great. I love you all. So basically, someone had bought one of my prints, put them on their gallery wall, took a picture of their gallery wall and tagged me in it. And I didn't realise, I just shared it. And then another artist messaged me and said, those two prints underneath yours, they're exactly the same as mine, but just in different colours. And I looked and they were exactly the same, but just in different colours. And she wasn't even selling them. She was doing it as part of like a giveaway, like a separate giveaway to what she normally sells. And she was like, she's copied it, put it on her wall without asking, and then shared it. So I was like, oh God, so she was like, can you just message her and just check like where she's got them from, just in case like another designer's copying me or whatever. So I messaged this girl and like, I know this girl like as an acquaintance, like I've met her a couple of times. Nothing against her, but obviously she just didn't realise that it was a thing, and a lot of people don't realise about copyright with artwork and like what the right thing to do is. I think the lines are a bit blurred. She didn't realise. But I messaged her and she was like, oh, like I must have seen you share her work, and then like when I came to do my drawing, like for my wall, like that I wanted to do, like drawing for my own wall, it must have just stayed in my head, and I was thinking it is exactly the same. So I told this artist and I was like, this is what they've said, like I hope that's okay, like I have messaged, I just wanted to check. And then the artist then said, I'm going to message her personally and just like let her know that like really you should ask and it's not okay, and you know you need to credit whatever. So I've kind of like, obviously I don't know whether it's the right thing to share that story because it's not really my story.
Well, you've not given any names or anything. But
no, and I've been in that kind of situation, but it hasn't been me. And I have had a girl actually message me like last year and say, oh, look at this that I've drawn, like I'm practicing. And it was exactly the same as my work, but she didn't post it or anything. She just sent it to me and I thought that was quite cute.
Well,
So
that's it, and I think that's it, and I think it's all depending on what it's used for. The only reason why my mind goes to that is because when we were at college, we're told to transcribe things. We're told to work in a style of an artist that we like, to learn. So I see it as that.
But we would never copy. We would do a different scene in that style.
Yeah.
But then copying Picasso isn't really... It's not like as an infringement on copyright, is it right? I don't know.
I think it's 70 years you get to copyright.
Is it?
Something.
Don't know how long Picasso's
I don't know how it
gonna
works.
around.
If I'm being honest, we're gonna have to get someone on the podcast that is very knowledgeable on copyright. But I don't know. Like I'm super mixed on this. I feel like if someone was to ask me, being like, right, I've seen one of your designs. For example, I've seen one of your designs. I really like it. I really want to practice my embroidery. Can I embroider it onto one of my t-shirts? I think I would be like, yes, that's fine.
Yeah, I would too, yeah.
You cannot sell it.
Yeah.
If you're doing it for practice, that's okay.
Yeah.
But don't post it anywhere. Or if you do post it, give proper credit. And be like, this is something I've made for myself. I really love this design by FOXANNE. And that's what I've done. Because that's my job. Like, I've literally... for a living license out my designs to t-shirt companies to print them on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's very valid.
If
very
it's
valid.
for thingy, and I found, and also obviously I don't know if this is in the same boat really, but I had someone once send me a picture of their gallery wall and it had some of my artwork in, and I was like, oh, that's dead cute. That's really cute.
I think I remember you telling me.
That's really cute, that. And I was like, oh, that's really nice of them. And I was like, wait a second. That isn't a print. I don't sell that as a print. And I messaged her and I was like, hi, I'm just wondering, like, how have you got that? And they was like, oh, I saw it on Pinterest and I printed it off. And I was like, I feel really mixed about this. I don't really know how to feel because you
don't want to be a dick, but also you're really right to be.
But also, don't print off my work.
I don't understand how anybody can do that
and
message you and feel okay about that morally.
Yeah.
I don't understand, but I think that...
Because if someone was to... So, for example, if someone doesn't know and someone was to go into... That's it. Someone was to go into their house and be like, oh, I really like that print. You're like, oh, it's FOXANNE. They might think that quality of print, and obviously it's just been printed at home. They might think that that's my print. But, like, I'm super mixed on it because I'm like, yeah, like, I would love my art to be accessible for everybody. Like, I would love it if, like, the people have artwork on the walls and if they can't afford it, like, because obviously prints can be expensive and it's you need disposable income. I don't really have a black and white opinion on it. I think everything's always situational and everything's all dependent on what's going on. Because, like, for example, if she would have been, like, a business and, like, do you know what I mean? Would have been a business, then that's different. But because it's her and she wants to practice, I think that's where it's all dependent on you. And I can't control if someone else takes my art and...
But it's still a shitty move, and it's still...
Yeah, I get that.
But in this situation... Yeah, in this situation... They are the arsehole, though. I know that you disagreed with me, but the artist has set their boundaries and they've gone against it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, that's where I think it's bad. And I know at the beginning I jumped straight in and I was like, yes, you are, you're the arsehole. Get out my face.
But there is an edit, right. So it says, edit. All right, so I've decided I will not continue to work in it because now I see that I would be an arsehole to do so. So even after the original creator said that I couldn't, I understand that I'm not entitled to that design. I'm going to remove what I've already done so far. Maybe it's time for me to think about doing something of my own and do that instead. I also felt like I need to clarify some things which I thought was irrelevant before. Number one, that design is not a trademark logo that the creator would have spent a lot of money on. I wouldn't try to copy that. It's a silhouette outline of a celebrity. This is blurred. This now makes this different.
This is a very grey area with multiple shades of grey.
50 shades of grey, some may say.
Maybe even more. Maybe even 1,000.
So, number one that we need to take from this, anything that a creator makes automatically has copyright on them.
Yeah, I didn't get that whole thing about the trademark logo.
Yeah, it's not a trademark logo. You don't have to trade... If you're an artist and you create a piece of art, that's your intellectual property. That is automatically trademarked.
Isn't it Creative Commons? Is that right?
Something like that, but you do get copyright. Yeah, so anything that you make, that you create, automatically holds copyright, and you are the owner of that. No one can do anything. Change the colours, tweak it, take elements from it, because then that's infringing your copyrights, number one. So it doesn't have to be trademarked. You don't have to copyright it with the government. You automatically get copyright.
But I don't think that the world is knowledgeable on that. We're not educated on that.
No, we're not.
Which is why this person has said that.
And then it says, I wouldn't try to copy that. It's a silhouette outline of a celebrity.
So, if it's a silhouette outline, she's probably just traced it.
Yeah. So, some celebrities actually do have trademarked their faces. So I know of someone who used to do celebrity designs and sell them on to other companies. They then got a cease and desist because they can't... The copyright is weird and it's dead. Like, obviously, like I'm saying this, it's like take it with a pinch of salt. But from what my understanding is, certain celebrities have actually had their faces copyrighted, so you can't create art with their faces in. Yeah. Unless it's tweaked in a certain way. I can't remember what it is. It's the same with Disney stuff.
Yeah.
And
I knew that.
Cartoons and stuff like that.
Do you know what
the copyright is really blurred with it. You have to be very careful on how you tread on it.
I remember so I sell cars on Thoughtful, and I did one with Baby Yoda a couple of years ago, or last year, and it was like Yoda Best or something.
Yeah.
It was actually quite cute.
Love that.
Happy birthday, Yoda Best. And they took it off because of copyright, because they're owned by Disney now, Star Wars.
Yeah.
But like so on Thoughtful, I do like characters from TV shows and stuff. And like celebrities, so I've done one like a Gemma Collins card. Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, that's, whether they're a celebrity or not, that's somebody's face that I'm making money off. Like, if I became a celebrity overnight, Yeah, that doesn't mean that people can just draw my face and make money off it. I would feel really violated about that. Does that come with the price of fame, or is that actually illegal? Like, because I'd like to know about that, because if it is, I would stop doing cards like that. I just don't know I just don't know.
Oh, okay. So, if you're listening from the US of A, there is something called a celebrity protection law, which makes people not able to create artwork with their face on it. In the UK, so it says, what if I want to use an image of a celebrity in my work? It says, in the UK, there are no specific celebrity protection laws, but it is illegal to place the image of any living person within a derogatory context or use their image for a commercial purpose without their expressed permission. Using a person's image for commercial purposes could expose you to a potential legal action for defamation and for passing off. Passing off means an infringement of the law.
Yeah.
You should also be aware of the risk of basing your work around any photographs of celebrities. You might be infringing a photographer or publisher's copyright.
Yeah, definitely with
So
photography.
that's for images.
See, for me, I've never done anything in a derogatory way, but like when you look on, I mean, I don't know if we're allowed to say like company names, but thoughtful. There's like loads of stuff on there about like Boris Johnson.
I'm claustrophobic, Darren.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that's a defamation of character.
No.
We're just celebrating her.
I think the lines are really blurred.
Yeah, but like there's like Boris Johnson and like Donald Trump where it is a defamation of character. We're making fun of them and we're making fun of the lockdown laws. People buy those cards and it's like, is that illegal then? Because
So it says, can you sell a painting of a celebrity? You've no doubt seen paintings of others have done for well-known people and are inspired to paint one yourself. No problem with that. But from a legal standpoint, you may be wondering, can I sell a painting of a celebrity? You can sell a fine art painting of a celebrity as long as it's a transformative work of art. This means it needs to be artistic in nature, not just a faithful likeness.
Right.
The painting cannot copy an existing work of art, including a photo,
Yeah.
and cannot interfere with a celebrity's right of publicity. Since this is different from taking a photograph for a newspaper or magazine, which is covered by editorial usage laws, there are different rules to follow the art world around, but it isn't an impossible task. If you do not have actual permission from the celebrity, you might need to tread lightly.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, some celebs probably wouldn't mind.
It seems like it's a grey area with it. Like,
yeah.
So, going back, so that's point number one. So they said the design is not a trademark logo and wouldn't want to copy that. It's a silhouette outline of a celebrity. That's already blurred lines for me personally. I don't know.
50 Shades of Grey for
50
sure.
Shades of Grey. Number two, I am not a clout chaser that seeks internet validation to artificially boost my confidence. I've been dealing with thoughts for a few months and it was a coping escape mechanism I had developed because it really did make me feel a lot less miserable.
Oh my gosh.
People in the comments must be going for it. That's probably why she said
Yeah.
that. Number three, the design that I loved so much is the celebrity who taught me to be kinder to myself. So I thought it would be something special if I handmade that for myself to wear. I didn't mean to steal anything and I'm not a thief. I don't know how to make it clearer. Right, so obviously she's then responded to some comments. Let's see what some comments say. So the top comment is...
I'm sending love to her or him, by the way.
Yeah.
That's very sad.
Yeah. Top comment. You are the arsehole. You are stealing someone else's work and you asked, they told. And then someone's commented under that saying, this OP, that is their intellectual property and copyright. You are the arsehole. Look, OP, I too am creative with sewing and embroidering, along with a lot of other crafts. I see designs I love. I know I can replicate it, but I don't because it's not my design. Even for me, if you do really want it, buy the item. And yeah, and it's following back from your point. You are the arsehole. Why did you ask for permission and go and do it anyway? Stop stealing what others have created and start doing original art.
Yeah, I do think though that update has changed my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's a very grey area. A very, very grey area. And I feel like I've said that about a million times this episode.
And someone's commented saying, not the arsehole. With just the original post, I interpret it to be that you had copied a design with the intent of selling or posting it, which could be a high arsehole move. But with your updates, you like completely fine. To be honest, as long as you aren't posting it and claiming it as your design, you're generally fine. Like if you posted it side by side with the original, I really wouldn't have an issue unless the original was also embroidered. Like if someone used something I made as inspiration and recreated it with a different medium, I would be a little put off, but unless they were selling it and not giving credit, I really wouldn't care. And then put, yes, you are the arsehole if you post it online. If you don't post it and don't take credit for it, you will not be the arsehole. And then they've commented saying, what if I wore it in public? Then you would be an arsehole. You are stealing someone else's work with no compensation to the original artist and publicly displaying it. Fair enough.
Yeah. But also, it depends, because see, I'm trying to picture it now. I feel like we're both very visual people. I'm trying to picture what this outline is. Is it a very stylized outline, or is it an outline that anybody could do if they had a photo? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If it's very stylized and it's obviously from that person's work, fair enough. But if it's just an outline of a person, I don't know. I doubt it would just be like a simple outline, but...